So hello to everybody from Austin, Texas. I am here for the hotline conference, and I just want to say something. This is what I'm about to share with you is real time. Why I am so passionate about what I talk about and why I think that you absolutely have to talk about brain injury and trauma together when you're talking about survivors and that type of stuff. And you have to understand not just what happened to them, but what happened inside them. So perfect example. And I want you all to remember that I am like 6 years into working like on unpacking my trauma and that stuff. So I am a pretty well-oiled machine and I understand the whys to a lot of things. So I want to explain a couple of things that just happened. So if you saw an earlier post that I posted, I had to run at the Detroit airport. This girl does not run that far. So that I started getting very panicky. So in the line, I have been to Detroit airport tons of times. I have never, the line started well out of like the things that you have to weave through. I've never seen it that long before. So I cut it super, super close, barely made my flight. That, because when we're in prolonged fight or flight, sometimes the body doesn't really understand that like there wasn't danger. I mean, I could have got on another flight. I don't actually speak till tomorrow, but my body started recognizing, like it was that panic mode because it still like wants to flip into that mode. Now, with that said, I ate 3 or 4 scrambled eggs this morning. I had water and I had coffee. So I'm very careful when I'm traveling about sugar or anything that will help feed that fight or flight. Now, I was tired. The flight was loud. It was a little rough and stuff like that. So when I landed, I got here to the hotel. And like it was a haul from in Austin at the airport to get to like where you get on to the Ubers and that type of stuff. So when I got here, I needed to hurry up and get to the conference because the lunches were getting ready to finish, and I wasn't going to eat. So I went by like the little Starbucks that they have here in the hotel, and got a Starbucks. I can't tell you the last time I had anything other than the coffee that I make at home. I am like a strict, my mold-free coffee at home that I make myself, and water. I can't tell you the last time before today that I drank anything other than that. So let me show you why we need to understand survivors and understand what is happening inside their body. So I watch my my biosignals and that type of stuff really, really well. So I got the Starbucks. I went in and I sat in on one of the things that they had during lunch and after lunch. And I started feeling like, holy smokes, like hit a brick wall. I started feeling very like dizzy. I started getting sweaty. I felt like I was going to get ill. Did not feel well at all. And so I was like, I'm really super tired. It's been a bad morning. It's been a bad day. I'm going to go back to the room and I'm going to take a nap. And when I got back to my room, like, I'm like, something's going on. Like, I should not feel this bad. Like, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Now, I started looking at why is this happening? Here's the thing. I was supposed to go to a next session and I didn't go because first of all, I felt like crap. And I'm like, I got to speak tomorrow. So I got to catch this right now and turn this around. And I want to show you something. So if you have followed me at all, I wear a lingo. So I'm not a diabetic. So it's just one that people that are non-diabetics can order just to watch their sugars. You guys, look at this. So first of all, my sugar went straight up, like off the chart. I have never had a sugar over 200. And if you look, if I take this up here, I was greater than 200. I have never, ever been above 200. And so this is that intersection of my past from fight or flight is something as simple as cutting it too close on my flight. So not an actual threat, a perceived threat, because it can't tell the difference because the past and the present collide subconsciously. It just knew that I was running, it knew that I was out of breath, and it knew that I was worried. That's how the brain works, especially when there's brain injury. So my sugar, straight up, look at this, you guys, like straight up, and then, so I was feeling okay when I was in there, and then all of a sudden, so you can't even see it because it's up so high, it peaks, and then it plummets down. After I started doing that, so I did not go to my breakout session. I went downstairs because I'm like, I know I got to get a hold of this. I got to get a hold of this because otherwise tomorrow this will bother me and it will last into tomorrow. And I will have a hard time getting up and my brain will feel foggy and crappy tomorrow. So I went downstairs and ended up going and getting me a good lunch. I got some salmon, I got sweet potatoes, and it was just like this plate, just to show you, because like what you eat matters. Look at that, great food. I ate that, drank some water, and one of the things that I do, because I understand how like traveling and all of that stuff can impact my body, I literally had this in my bag. Took it on the flight with me. It goes in my carry-on. These are my protein bites. I ate one. I'm going to eat a couple more after I get done with this video. So this is almond butter, chia seeds, hemp seeds. There are, let's see, like a little tiny bit of honey, cinnamon, good for inflammation, flaxseed. Like these are like protein bites, and there's a lot of protein powder in here to help my brain, to help stabilize my sugars, to help. So I will eat those. I will eat some tonight. I don't usually eat because I'm on a different time zone. Like it's almost 4 here, which is almost 5 Eastern time for back home. So I don't eat anymore after that, but I'm going to eat a couple of these real quick. And then tomorrow morning for breakfast, I'll load with regular coffee. So I actually brought my own little tiny coffee pot because I want to be careful to eat what I eat and what I drink, because it very much matters for who they see on the stage tomorrow when I talk. And I will not eat their breakfast here. I will eat my protein bites and I brought my red light therapy. I brought a lot of stuff that I will do now. I will do tomorrow morning, and I will dial this in, and in a couple of hours, this will feel very much better. Before I understood what was happening inside of me because of what happened to me, I would have went to bed and I would have just been done for the day. And so when we're working with survivors, that looks like them canceling at the last minute, them not showing up. And a lot of people have not understood why I've done that. And I still didn't go to the session that I needed to go, but I'm going to be able to dial myself back in, and I'm going to be meeting some people after the session, and I'll at least be able to be present. I won't be done for the day, and I will not have this horrible hangover, brain foggy, feel like crap, body aches and stuff like that I often used to have before I understood what was happening inside of me. And I think that understanding that, for the people that are taking care of survivors and for survivors themselves, that is the missing piece. And I think that that is one of the reasons why I'm doing so well, is because I've researched it, I've had people come alongside me. Functional medicine has been huge. I cannot thank Dr. Reese and Dr. Hennis enough for getting me back here. Dr. Cass, the three of those guys have gotten me to live my best life. And I don't have those things happening to me that led to medical doctors misdiagnosing me like they did. And it used to be that they would want me to pop a pill to combat all this stuff, when really it's just understanding how to feed what's happening inside of me. And once you understand what's happening inside of you, you can feed it, and you feel better. I'm going to finish this. I'm going to do a couple of these protein bites, and then I'm going to go out and get some sun. All things that are needed, and that is why it is so important, and that is why I'm so passionate, because not understanding that is where it went wrong, and the right people not knowing the right things and how to explain that to me is why I got to the point where I was ready to give up, and was going to give up on life, and survivors deserve better.